Welcome back to TearRing Saga. Last time, we arrived at the ruins of Leda Palace and heard an ominous roar because the Witch Dragon has appeared. Cranion, or Cranion, however you want to say it, Earth Incarnate. They are even stronger than Rakis, who is already stronger than Katri. And they still have the same breaths that they normally do. So these do scale off of strength, so this does 19 guaranteed damage with high accuracy, and this does 38 guaranteed damage in an area of effect, but with low accuracy. And combined with this, she has 57 defense and 45 resistance. And also has Frontiersman, so she has 5 move. And we can't check the conditions yet, but we're actually going to have to deal with her, at least for a little bit. We also have 2 chests that must be opened before we can finish the map, and also a Great Ogre, but really everything else here is just small fry compared to the real threat. Before we talk about Cranion herself, we are going to do Manic, because you can only bring 8 characters to this chapter, so who you bring is very important. And I'm going to have Alicia and Samson take slots in this chapter, for reasons that we'll see later. There are actually several other people who can do things in this chapter, but these 2 are the real important ones. As for others, Shigen and his Dullahan really help here. As does people with high movement, because this is a fairly large map. Alicia, again, I have her for that reason. Having flyers is decent because of the densely packed terrain. And a dancer is always good, though be careful, because this chapter can be a little tough when it comes to where you position people. I'd really like to bring Zeno, but I just really can't find the room. Or Vega. Vega is fantastic here because he's effective against monsters and we'll be fighting a lot of those. But I kind of want to bring Shigen for reasons, and Holmes is forced, so we well, you know, have to bring him. So, we're gonna battle. And then we're gonna talk about exactly how this is gonna work, because this is a very unique chapter. I'm glad Plum is staying far back. I mean, Holmes, you probably should have seen this coming. Like, every single story that you hear about Leda Valley, everyone is always saying that people who go to Leda Valley, don't go, you will be killed by a Witch Dragon. And, yeah. Again, really should have seen this coming. So this is the one who Leda, in their desperate attempts to turn the war back in their favor, awakened and sent on a rampage, and they paid the price because it destroyed their entire civilization. And now she's still completely insane and just attacking everything in sight. That means that Tia is probably descended from her in some way. He says that we can't outrun it, but it does have 5 move, and we have people who have more than that. I guess since Holmes has 5 move without skills, then it wouldn't make sense that he's saying this. And besides, we don't want to turn back now. So if we check conditions, route and get item. They expect you to route this map, even though Cranion is here. That's kind of weird. Now, you can technically beat her. It's possible. I think you need maxed out magic and the ensorcel staff, and even then you're doing like 1 damage per turn or something like that. And you have to use Sylphid to avoid counterattacks. It's kind of weird, but it's apparently doable. Obviously, you're not meant to actually do it like that. So there are a few things that you can do to basically stall Cranion until for a few turns. So one of them is to transform Katri and have an epic dragon versus dragon battle. Katri will not be able to be damaged by Cranion, so that helps. But another way that helps is to feed her some zombies. 3 zombies, assuming that the other enemies don't get to them first, that'll be 3 extra turns that Cranion is caught up just spending her turn killing a zombie. And she'll usually go for the zombies if they're in her range. But the other, in my opinion, more amusing way to do this is to paraphrase, Fate's, what is it? That one Fate spin-off, Carnival Phantasm. Let's feed it Shigen. If you put Shigen on the front lines and equip him with Dullahan, then, Cranion will just waste time killing him repeatedly, and, I'm gonna at least attempt that once because it's funny, but other than that, yeah. So pay attention to this ogre. This ogre can actually reach Shigen from outside Cranion's range. You do want to be really, really careful of where you go here, because Holmes needs to get the chest eventually, but he obviously doesn't want to go in range of Cranion. Anyone with less than 38 HP will instantly die if they get hit by her. So that includes Sun, and that includes Holmes, so watch out for that. You also don't want to advance too far into this map too soon, is another thing that I will say, because of reasons. I'll just say that there are some reinforcements, and while this game typically avoids ambush spawns, it does kind of have ambush spawns in this map, so you do want to be careful. And I was going to go, oh hey, I can dance and then have Catry transform this turn. Plum has bad movement, so I can't do that. I could have given Plum Frontiersman if I wanted to. Are my animations still off? Yeah, they're still off. Gonna turn them on because Cranion at least looks cool. And that's one aspect to maybe having Shigen fight her, is just seeing that animation. It is kind of a waste of the Dullahan though, because usually whenever you want Cranion to be attacking you, it's by range, and she'll usually use the Fierce Breath. And again, remember that the breath has AoE, so in fact she probably will end up, like some of the zombies she'll end up taking out in larger clumps, but... Can I slip... See, like I was saying, you don't want to move too far into the map at once. By turn 5, there are going to be some annoying reinforcements. Well, not actually annoying, outright dangerous reinforcements. Also, don't rely on the zombies to plug your defensive lines, because they will move on their own accord, and you can't really predict where they're going to go. It's not like Path of Radiance, where you can where you can give orders to your allies. And that's 2 zombies already dead. Actually, all 3. But at least that kept her busy for 1 turn. This is probably one of the better uses of the zombie staff in the game overall. But I mean, you could just transform Catry as well. At least Catry can still heal. So, yes, Cranion is closer now. So that's something that you need to really be careful of. And because of that, I might have Catry transform just to plug this gap. I would like to summon more zombies, but I'm going to go for this right now. Yeah, you really don't need to beg Utono for forgiveness here. I'm pretty sure she understands. This is kind of necessary to save all our lives. And then we're gonna have to... I'm gonna have to put Shigen over here, and I will have to equip Dullahan, unfortunately. I don't like using up more of its uses here, but that's gonna block Cranion from going forward. She thankfully can't fly. Also, this is a nice background. I was about to say that exactly 1 round, and then I realized, no it doesn't, because, he doesn't double, but oh well. Yes, that blocks her for a little bit, so that should be relatively fine. We just need to watch out for the AoE Breath. If she decides to use it on Shigen, she probably won't use it on a Catry, but just remember that it is going to potentially hit an area around it, so just again, be very, very, very careful. Just kind of wondering, like, even as far as here isn't exactly safe on this map because of those reinforcements. So, yeah, just be careful. Oh, right, Samson technically needs the experience more. Okay, I'm gonna double, and I do 11 each time. I'd probably rather have a better throwing axe on Samson, but I don't know if we can really access them that much at this point. It's interesting how skeletons in this game fulfill the kind of armored enemy niche for monsters, which is a unique way of doing it. Though there is another monster later on that, yeah, fills the armor niche for monsters a lot more. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna even attempt to dance for people. You gotta be very careful of the turn count, but Sasha might... Oh yeah, and I've given Sasha I've given Sasha, the Levin sword that formerly belonged to Martel just because I really want extra Levin swords on her and I wasn't bringing Martel to this map. Even though Martel maybe has something she can do on this map, I'm not entirely sure the exact specifics. I mostly know about the events that Alicia and Samson can do. Ah, really? I mean, it's probably going to get itself killed on the enemy phase, but that's still annoying. Okay, if I pull back to, like, maybe here, I don't think Cranion can attack from there. And yeah, again, Cranion is another reference to part of the nervous system, slash, some kind of aspect of the head or body. Okay. So, Shigen may die here, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Yep, there it goes. Don't think anyone else is in range of that, though. And it missed him anyway. Speaking of missing, another possible strategy you could do here is equip the main gauche and just have someone try and evade tank Cranion. That's possible as well. The main gauche in particular is actually very effective, not just against this dragon, but against Draco zombies as well. Okay, Vantage with the Levin sword is nice. Unless she misses. Because gargoyles, as always, are really, really tough to double. And that thing can't even attack her because the gargoyle went in its attacking spot. And now, I'm so sorry, but here's something kind of, it's probably not worth it. Yeah, I was gonna try and AoE breath and then kill Shigen, but, I did that in my test run, but no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna at least do this just to show off what Cranion looks like in battle. So yeah, attack, that much. Neither of us should be able to hurt the other. Because I think the defense of, dragon scales, works on dragon attacks. So yeah, she has these really long, kind of claw-like appendages. And the really weird thing about that is that, on her map sprite, this is something that I didn't mention until now because it makes things a bit hard to take seriously, but on her map sprite, it just kind of makes it look like she has a walking stick. So yes, all-powerful demonic dragon of doom looks like an old lady with a walking stick. So that's something. That ruins the tension here. Let's get rid of that ogre. I mean, I kind of want to move Holmes back just to see if I can pick up those chests with him. And again, you don't want to go too far into the map at this point. I really do not like that gargoyle. And I feel like there's going to be even more gargoyles later on. Let's leaven it with this 73. Missing an 80 and a 73. If there's one downside to Levin swords in this game, it is that their accuracy is kind of not great. There we go. Okay, just moving back a little bit further because I want to keep away from those sides of the map by the time stuff happens. Yeah, it's not safe at all to bring Holmes in yet, and you gotta be really careful of Plum too. Because she is very, very frail. And there are gonna be semi-ambush spawns. I keep drawing attention to that only because that actually did happen to me in my test playthrough. I forgot how closely they spawned, and San, like, they spawned, like, around here in a big, large clump, and San almost survived, but, you know, almost surviving isn't exactly a good honor. Okay, going for the breath again. Yeah, now it looks like she has two walking sticks. not even trying to attack me, huh? If I breathe on you, do I double? No, I don't double. So I just lower your, Oh, I didn't actually mean to press X again, but oh well, I'm so sorry, Shigen. If we're gonna find out, that the hard way that Catri's breath has friendly fire, well, no better person to test it on than Shigen. And I guess he can... Like, you pretty much have to have Dullahan on Shigen here at all times. I'm really running out of uses too, because of, you know, the fact that he will get one, unless you gave him like an HP potion or something, he'll probably get one-shotted by Cranian. Actually though, the thing is, finally gain strength. That I probably should start mentioning now, though, is there is actually an event and a recruitment event too that you need to let Shigen die before the end of this route split and not have him revive with Dullahan. It's another one of this game's many guide dangits, but it is a thing in this game. But I wouldn't recommend doing it now, because there's still a few more... Actually, there's still quite a few more chapters to go in Holmes' route until the route split ends. It's chapter 24 that Holmes goes up to, and then we have the next route split. So, Shigen will miss out on quite a lot if you intentionally kill him off now. And also, when I say, you know, kill Shigen and not have him revive, it still doesn't actually kill Shigen permanently. He will come back later, but he will miss the entire rest of this route split. Well, that's interesting. Yep, with that, she leaves. And a whole bunch of additional enemies spawn, including witches. So, that is why you just need to hold the line for a few turns here. Obviously, they don't expect you to kill, Cranian. So, yeah, we have a golem summoning cultist here. In fact, that's actually the monster that I was talking about that filled the niche of armored monsters even more effectively than skeletons do. Gargoyles, ogres, swarm dark mages, shadow riders with... Yeah, they're shadow riders, not shadow knights. So yeah, Zeke's class is unique. So more shadow riders, a whole lot of swarm. These are the guys who killed San in my test playthrough. And also a couple of witches who can warp anywhere and have an 18 might Nosferatu. So if they both go for Plum, does she die, is the question. Oh, I'm actually wondering about that. Maybe she does die. I have an idea, though. I wonder, if I revert Catri, dance for her, and have her summon zombies, will the zombies keep the witches distracted? I sure hope they will, because Plum may actually die if both witches attack her at once. Witch AI in this game is, as I've mentioned before, nowhere near as dumb as it is in Gaiden. So they will actually go for your weak units. And what am I equipping? Make sure that I'm not equipping the Chukonu, because that would be really bad. But I can open this chest now. And we get the Dolharken. Dolharken is a legendary axe that halves damage received and has 94 uses. However, it pretty much murders your attack speed. Has 13 mastery too, so I think maybe Samson could use that. If I get rid of this wooden bow, maybe he could even grab that and use it. But yeah, Samson has just enough to use it. Oh, by the way, guess who can also use that at base too? I almost called him Lionheart. Raphael, the almighty king himself. So that's another niche that he has. He can... yeah, he can tank with this. Like, again, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it is an option, like when you're tanking or something. So yeah, a whole lot of enemies, including cavalry and witches. So So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can summon a few zombies and just check if they keep the enemies distracted. As long as I put the zombies, like, somewhere down here, where no other enemy can get to them, they'll probably keep the witches distracted. We'll see. Rise from your grave! As, Valder, I think it is, one of the commanders in Wargroove. I am extremely tempted to just let a couple of these guys attack Shigen. Because I would very much like to have them gone. They have a decent amount of might on them. Even though their stats aren't great, they have a lot of reach in their movement. I guess I can send you up here and equip Dullahan. Shigen does have the niche of effectively being immortal as long as that thing exists, and now I kind of want to, if we do conditions, yeah, route and get item, I kind of want to take out the golem guy early if I can, because golems, as I've said, they're effectively armored monsters, they have a lot of defense, and if he just keeps summoning golems, this map can get very, very tedious. So, yeah, I would definitely like for that to happen. And now Alicia, I think, should be heading around this direction, if I'm remembering right. Just be a little bit careful of the Shadow Knights, because, yes, they did kill San earlier. Now, please, 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 witches, I hope that you go for the zombies. We'll see. I'm sure draining the health of zombies doesn't taste very nice, but, anyway, I believe that's gargoyles? Yeah, that's gargoyles. There aren't promoted gargoyles in this game, I'm pretty sure, so you don't need to worry about an even bulkier gargoyle suddenly showing up. There are promoted, golems, though. And here they come. Oh, in fact, that was a promoted golem right there. Promoted golems are made of iron rather than stone, and they are just as durable as you would expect. Is this gonna actually finish you? It did, nice. Okay, more skill is always good. You would at least get a little bit of a buff to skill from promoting to Wyvern Lord, but it's probably not, Wyvern Knight. Probably not that useful when, you know, Levin Swords are so good. You lose 6 magic from that promotion. Okay, gotta be careful of Dullahan, because I don't really want to break it. I forget if broken weapons in this game just turn into, like, broken weapons that you can repair later, or if they just disappear. I feel like they disappear. But at least the 2 riders are down. Okay, the question is though, will the witches even do anything this turn? Because I feel like it would be a bit mean if both witches warped immediately. But we'll see what happens. Oh, no, they're warping. They're warping. Please don't go for Plum. Please go for the zombies. They're going for the zombies. Excellent. Well, or no, they decided to walk as well. But at least one of them went for a zombie. Didn't even kill it too. Please, other witch, go for the other zombie. Okay, no, first the riders are going to advance. Yeah, it's those 4 swarm guys that you really have to be careful of, because they can take down even the hardiest person if they all decide to attack them at once. Now, I'm pretty sure Plum should be safe here. Are you going to go for the zombie? Yes! Another excellent use of the zombie staff. Just cheap expendable cannon fodder that can lure witches. So I'm glad I made that call. Oh, that's more Dullahan uses. Although it would be kind of funny if this guy crit and killed Shigen. Because usually Shigen, like Shigen only dying once in this map is kind of rare for me. It's just, hey, I've got a Fire Emblem character who revives on death. I'm going to take advantage of that as much as I can. But here is, in my opinion, the really cool thing about this chapter. This is why I love this chapter so much. They did say that both Tier and Senate's groups were heading to Leader. We've heard about this guy for a long time, but we're finally seeing him. Mother, huh? So we'll find out a little bit more about this later, but Senate and Nafa were raised by Temujin and his daughter after they escaped from the fire. And we've heard about Alfred too, and this is why I brought Alicia to this map. Unfortunately, we don't get a dragon on our side. It would have been really cool if we got to use Nafa here. I wonder if that's an intentional Gaiden reference in the translation there. Apparently somebody actually got Kyle McCleary to say the original line. And yes, we get Silver as well. Well, not exactly we. So, none of these people are controllable. They're all NPCs, but, so, these guys are all ridiculous. We have Tia. She has this spell that can't be countered as effective against monsters. She has Sol and Draco. We have Richard, who is the same class as Raphael. He has this, which is effective against monsters, and is stupidly powerful, although its weight is insane, but his stats are also crazy. We have Verna, who has this thing, the Salia Spear, which is a brave throwing spear. And she's a little weaker than the others, but she does have an iron shield. Katrina, who we need to talk to her with Samson, she has this thing. So it raises res by 7 effective against monsters. So you might think, the big whoop, but look at this. 80 crit! 80 crit! And she has a miracle charm, just by some miracle she actually dies. Senate, whose stats are also crazy, has the Lunar Sword, which ignores defense and can also heal you. And he also has Terra, Wrath, Charisma. Natha's here too. Oh yeah, we actually do have her here. I don't know if she's going to transform though, she's mostly just a healer. Alfred, who is a sage with this spell, which is an area attack. And also he can warp. He generally doesn't like to do it though. We have Rashea, who is a Wyvern Knight with this thing. Effective against monsters, halves damage received, 100 hits. And then we also have Silver, who is basically a preview of what San might become eventually. And she also has another Breasted Lance and an Iron Shield and Vantage, Wrath, Adept, Flurry. So, yeah, this is why I find this chapter really fun, because, yeah, all of these overpowered NPCs helping you. It's just really cool to see all of these legendary heroes from the off-screen Fire Emblem game. And in fact, some of these guys are already trapped by their mere appearance. But yeah, the legendary heroes from the off-screen Fire Emblem game are coming in to help us out, which is amazing. So yes, Alicia can talk to Alfred, and Samson can talk to Katrina. But there are other conversations that you can do. I have a feeling the Pegasus sisters might be able to talk to Verna, but these are the ones that actually give concrete benefits. Also, yeah, these golems, Earthborn, they have 8 defense, and you have this thing, stone. Well, actually, I guess it's not iron, it's like stone, but 18 defense. And their attack speed is not bad for things with this much HP and defense. So golems are annoying, which is why I kind of want to see if I can slip through and kill them off with maybe Sasha. Eventually the NPCs will reach that guy, but it does take sort of a while. Did I? You know, now that I think about it, now would be an excellent opportunity for that save star. That witch unfortunately has to die though. Well, not unfortunately, it's a good thing that that witch has to die, but, let's see if I can 26, no, I don't one-shot. You kind of need to one-shot witches, which is why Alicia is kind of decent. Now, this map won't end until you open all the chests, so you can actually stall this out if you want to. If you want to get the conversations, I mean. So yeah, Sylphid and even mages are particularly vulnerable to magic. After these 2 witches go down, there usually won't be any more of them appearing. I don't think there'll be more witches. Alicia's gotten a little bit over-leveled thanks to fighting a lot of gargoyles in the last map, but she's still not the best. It's really just Dire Thunder that's why she's as good as she is. So, if you go over here, I can longbow the other witch. And then with both witches gone, now might actually be a good opportunity for the save staff. And it's like, quote-unquote, only been 30 minutes, but if I'm using the save staff, it may actually be a good opportunity to call this apart and actually make this a two-parter, because there's still a lot of enemies left. If we check the conditions here, yeah, the enemy's strength just sharply rose a little bit, and our strength sharply went down because Catry untransformed. So, oh, crap, the save staff is still on Uni, isn't it? I forgot to put it in the convoy. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, it's still on Uni. Ugh. That is an enormous pain. Oh well. Yeah. In that case, I have to be a lot more careful, but, I mean, I could probably make a save state. I really should have the save staff here, but, yeah. I'll pick things up next time, now that we have the overpowered NPC squad, and we'll be seeing a lot of events and finishing up the enemies. So, see you all then.